Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight, filling in for Alex. Now, in this last hour, we talked to Paul Joseph Watson about his story that's on the Drudge Report about a 1,400% increase in radiation observed at a California beach. We've sent our own InfoWars crew out to California, and they called back with their first report, told us it was 1,000% increase over what you would normally expect to see in background radiation there on the beach. And we've got Alex Jones calling in right now to give us his take on the Fukushima emergency. Alex?
Absolutely. I am sitting here in my truck getting ready for my wonderful uncle's funeral. That's in about an hour from now. I appreciate everybody's prayers for him, but I'll be back tonight and back on the radio tomorrow. I've been listening via the free iPhone app. Here with my son in the truck. Rex is with me, and you guys are just doing an amazing job. And I wanted to say something about what we're doing. It's about resistance, and it's about awakening, and we are the real media. We are hyper-professionals at telling the truth and standing up for what is right, and for getting the word out. And that's what this is about worldwide. We're turning the tide against fluoride in Australia, England, Europe, the United States. It's being removed from more cities than it's being put into. We are winning. And so that's what all of this is about, is taking over cyberspace where the majority of people communicate. And the reason our reporters are in San Francisco and are going to go all the way up to Seattle, then fly back down to Southern California over the next week, is to get our own readings with 4 professional, one of them extremely high grade, the others are a mid grade that costs $700 to $1,000. We are there with 4 professional Geiger counters and showing how the local news, imagine this big story, will not cover. And by the way, the normal background, Kari was saying 30. That's since Fukushima, it's been up to 30. It was previously, according to the scientists we've interviewed, 14 micro rims. They were getting stuff at 300, 250 or higher. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot more than 1,000 times. It's a lot more than probably 1,400 times. And so we've got physicists that are advising us. We're crushing the numbers that our professional, awesome reporters are out there doing in the radiation to bring folks this information. And sure, being in it a few weeks is not a big issue, but when you're in that months or years, even the local paper had to admit that it's an issue. They are trying to cover up how serious this is, and we need everybody to contact the dinosaur media and to make them cover this. Quite frankly, I thought that when the news came out last week and this week and Drudge picked it up, that would force the dinosaur media to cover it. But only RT, only DrudgeReport.com, only Infowars.com, only PrisonPlanet.com are covering the fact that this radio show right now that other physicists, other professionals that are out there testing it are showing the same thing that now hundreds of other people are putting on YouTube. And the health department confirmed this week, the county that San Francisco is based in, that yes, it is 5 times. We do confirm that. By the way, that's a low reading, but it's no big deal, and we don't know where it's coming from. The point is the radiation is up, and the radiation is going up all over the place. Something is going on. I mean, they're dumping toxic waste everywhere, you name it, just what you were saying earlier. So this is a big deal that we're out there covering this, and we need other citizen journalists who are more important than mainstream media. Mainstream media has shown themselves to be traitors. They have shown themselves to be globalists. We're more important. We're better than them. We're not just as good as them. I mean, look, it took me years to realize this because we're humble. We're just here. We don't know what this means. Or, we're not professionals. No, we are professionals because we love the truth. We're real muckrakers, real straw hat, gumshoe reporters out there finding out the truth. And so are all our listeners. You are the media, America. You are just as important as InfoWars. You are just as important as Drudge Report. You are just as important as WorldNet Daily. You are just as important. Okay, now, you're just as important as us. You're way more important than the sellout traitor garbage.
Alex Jones here with a very important announcement for truth seekers. We've carried a lot of amazing films and books over the years on the online video bookstore at Infowars.com. And out of all the titles we've carried, one stands out because it is just so chillingly convincing. And that's Dreams from My Real Father by Joel Gilbert, available at Infowars.com. This film exposes the fraud that Obama is like nothing I've seen. If you want to know who Obama's real daddy is, this is the film for you. Don't forget, your purchase supports our broadcast and our growing media network. You'll also find at InfoWarsShop.com None Dare Call a Conspiracy by Gary Allen, the book that woke me up. We're also carrying Behind the Green Mask, UN Agenda 21 by Rosa Corey. This book is coffin nails to the globalist takeover. The Greater Good, the most professional and up-to-date film I've ever seen exposing the scourge that is vaccines. These titles and a lot more are all available at InfoWarsShop.com.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight here in the studio, and we've got Alex Jones on the phone. And we were just talking about the crew that's out in California. We sent them out there with the highest quality Geiger counters that money can buy. And it's not just us. It's the guy who actually makes the Geiger counters was concerned about the levels of radiation that he found on the beach. He found what he said was 1,400% higher than what he expected to see. That's an article that is up on Infowars.com and is a link on the Drudge Report right now. But not only did the guy who actually, the electrical engineer who actually makes Geiger counters found this, we've got our people out there with professional Geiger counters, and they've seen 10 times what they expected to see. But as Alex pointed out, that's based on a new normal that they have set up, a normal that is post-Fukushima. They raised what they defined as being a normal background radiation. Alex, you were just talking about that. Do you want to continue to tell us what you think about this Fukushima issue?
Sure. I mean, in closing, you've got a bunch of news coming up with Anthony Gucciardi with breaking news, 12 coming up at the bottom of the hour. When I get on here, I'm not bragging, hey, we're professional, hey, we're big. I'm saying we need to understand the hierarchy here. The state-run media have shown themselves to be disreputable. They're not covering this. They're not covering anything. They covered up the deadly World Trade Center dust and called me a conspiracy theorist for about 8 years and blocked aid to the firefighters, police, and others. So understand, you have traitor, state-run, globalist collaborator media. Then you have the real new emerging media that Infowars.com, DrudgeReport.com are the cutting edge of. But I'm trying to explain to our listeners, you're the media too. You're just as important as David Knight or as Joseph Farah or as a Matt Drudge or as a Joseph Curl or any of the real media. There's real media like Amber Lyon, you name it, Leanne McAdoo. And then there's traitor media. So all of you, it was citizen journalists that got this to break in the last week. We picked it up, forced one local paper to talk to the county health department, who confirmed, yes, the radiation's 5 times what it should. They'll just make that the new normal. And then when it's 10 times higher, they'll make that the new normal. That's the point. The media isn't covering this. They are absolutely derelict in their duty and in their common sense and self-preservation. And so that's why I called in, because I hear our own humble reporters, well, we're out here with professional Geiger counters, but we're not professionals. We are professional reporters. Sure, we're not physicists. We have physicists advising us, and the health department has confirmed the radiation's higher. But my point is the mainstream media, they act like they are God. They act like they're a red carpet, when our reporters, compared to them, are literally 1,000 feet tall to a picnic. And so that's what I'm saying. And our listeners are just as important as we are. We are the future. We are the media. We need to start not being arrogant, but being more confident about the fact that we're breaking massive worldwide news right now. And we need to be confident in this game, this football game of life, to take it to the enemy and to win this thing. We are beginning to win the game. We're beginning to wake people up. Good things are beginning to happen, but we've all got to have confidence. We've all got to be aggressive. We've all got to focus on the facts and the truth, and then stand up and be leaders. People are looking for leadership. And I'm telling you, I wasn't looking to be a leader. I don't want to be a leader, but I don't want to be a slave. And that's why I've become a leader out of necessity. All of you are leaders. And it's time for those of us that love liberty to get confident, to get aggressive, and go at the jugular of the globalists, because the radiation is freaking going up. The toxic waste, the GMO, the fluoride water, enough is enough. I've got my instinct. I'm not rolling over. I'm not dead yet. I'm not giving it to the New World Order. I'm standing up. Humanity's coming back. It's over. We're going to expose them, and no matter what they're going to do. They're keeping the media from reporting this right now. The media is being told to shut up. We're going to force it. We're going to blow their blockade wide open. God bless you all.
All right, that's Alex Jones calling in from the road. We're going to have a report from Jakari Jackson and the InfoWars crew. And as Alex pointed out, the local media is not concerned about these humongous increases in radiation on their own beach. So we went all the way to California, and we've got a report coming up right after the break with Jakari Jackson.